Hello, you beautiful people, once again, and welcome to Combat 101, in which we teach you everything you need to know about how to manipulate the fight phase. In our last episode, we spoke about how you can end up further away from charged targets, even though you're supposed to end up closer. And today we're going to be attacking that from a slightly different perspective in terms of trying to block ourselves off so that we don't have to base with all the models that we thought we would have to. So I'm joined by my trusty co-host, Ed. So, Ed, let's get going. Take it away, sir.
Indeed. So over here, we've got a situation again with our trusty 2 unit scouts and our trusty unit of 10 orc boys. My orc boys are going to go and try and beat the hell out of these scouts again. So now we're going to be pre-measuring these charges. This is already moved, so we're actually looking at a 6-inch charge for these to get in. Now, there's nothing worse sometimes when you roll a charge that's too high and you think, oh no, I can't have to base, that means I can't pile in over here. Now, so this situation, we're going to give you an example of where we roll a 10-inch charge. So 10-inch charge, normally, if you move this in the order that you'd expect, you'd end up with this boy here, all the way over here, and then this boy here would go all the way over here, and then you'd probably have to have about 5 based. However, depending on the order of which you move this, you can block yourself off in a situation when all of this would happen. So this orc is going to be moving first. So these scouts here are an inch away from the wall, so we can't fit an orc in this gap. So with a 10-inch charge, normally you could get to like there, but this time we're actually going to separate that off by about an inch, because it means that if we base here with a 9 rather than a 10, you don't have to move the full 10. As long as you finish the base move, you're okay. It means that if you move back an inch there, it means that we have one less orc that we have to base. And if we move this orc next, we're going to put him just in between this wall and this scout. So he's going to base here, and then you've got a gap here which an orc can't fit, and you've got a gap here which an orc can fit. So now we're going to try and move an orc that's the furthest away effectively with a 10 and base him here. And we're going to create these two gaps here and here where an orc can't fit in. Now an orc can't fit in there. So now you've gone from like 5 or 6 orcs that we probably have to base. By creating gaps in between, it blocks them off. Therefore, meaning that none of these now should have to base. Because even though they have a 10, if we wanted to base this guy, let's say, and put him there, you'd have to move like 11 to base now because of the way we based the first orc. So now we're free to sort of do what we want with these guys as long as we finish closer to this original unit. So we are 7.6 away. So we want to move this guy in a way that's 7.5 away, but we've still got coherency to maintain. So effectively, what we want to do is put this guy like 2 inches away from these two orcs, because now we've blocked ourselves off from these scouts. So now we can actually start utilizing this movement. And then these guys are 8.5 away. So now this guy could effectively end like here, but we've still got coherency to worry about. But this is the knob, so we want to make sure he's in combat. So to make sure that we get the knob in combat with those scouts over there, we're going to move this back guy here first to maintain the coherency. There, move a 10. And then this guy at the back here again is going to move 10 or 8 or however much you need to maintain coherency. And now this orc can go 10, barreling straight forward. We'll just make sure that he ends closer first. So he is 9.3 away from that scout. And to get to barrel forward, he's going to be 8 inches away from these scouts, which makes it fine. One thing to note is that if you do this charge trick, you wouldn't then be able to go charge straight into these scouts. You'd have to stay like an inch away. And when these orcs activate, they pile into the scouts. And then these guys, if we just quickly measure this, 8.5, we'll make sure we're 8.4, which is just there. So if we just go here, and then we just keep doing the same thing. So 9.7, so 9.7, we're going to measure to 9.6. Basically, we should just be able to stay in the same order that we've done this charge in, because that's the order that we're in. So that's 10.9, we're going to go 10.7, just the side of that orc. And then now we've finished our charge move. When we pile in, we can go orc, 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 and then an orc could just go there to maintain coherency. And then we've got 3 dudes attacking here. And then let's say, for instance, we manage to kill this entire scout squad with the 4 orcs in the knob, and we remove these scouts. Now the orcs can finish 1 dude onto that primary with a consolidate. So you put 1 orc on there, and they will follow. maintain the coherency, and then let's say we kill 2 scouts here, and at this point now we've got 2 orcs on that primary for 4 OC, which gets rid of these scouts. Could potentially have 6 if you didn't kill enough. And you've got 1 orc on there to steal that primary, and you've killed a unit of scouts, and you've tagged another one. And that's how you block yourself off in the charge phase.
Looks like a job well done. Those poor scouts are taking a bit of a battering here, and I am here for it. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.
See you guys.